Hi, Trevor Cutmore. So on today's video, I have interviewed a guy called Paul Mort. He's really well known. He's just been interviewing, I think, Tyson Fury and people like that. He's a man who's got a very interesting past in the corporate world and actually was nearly suicidal and changed his life. And then he's been really sort of talking and helping huge amount, especially men, with mental health in business and everything else. The thing is, he is quite outspoken. He does use some bad language, so if you're offended, please don't watch it. But the subject matter of bullying in the workplace, wherever you are, is massive. And I can tell you about this a little bit. Well, as a child, for over 10 years, I was bullied every single day of my life. And I was very, very fortunate because there was a man called Brian Jacks, who's a friend of mine today. And if you're a young person, ask your parents. Back in the 80s, he was on the TV every week in a show called Superstars. He's the highest graded judo expert in the world today. He lives out in Thailand. When he comes here, I play golf with him. But he changed my life. I am going to do a little bit of an interview with him and hopefully some other professionals talking about bullying and mental health and how it affects. Look, I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you take the meaning what he's talking about there's nothing you can do about the bully, but what you can do about yourself and your own mind and how you react and how you put that into perspective and don't let it touch you is massive. Hope you enjoy it. Please make comments, please share this to help other people, men and women, about bullying if you think or they're going to benefit from it. God bless you. Thank you. Hi, it's Trevor Cutmore. Listen, welcome. I know this guy, Paul Mort, good guy. Difficult to get hold of. He's interviewing some really top people. Let's see. Who's this guy? Come and tell us. Do you know Paul? Well, no, he's a good guy. But listen, Paul, on a serious note, you've been interviewing. Who have you been interviewing recently?
Tyson Fury, James Smith, Anthony Crawler, and some ballers. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot you do is men's mental health.
Yeah.
And on a serious note, look, there's a lot of bullying out there in the business place. I've experienced it and I've seen it. I came through a life of bullying and I know what it's like.
Yeah.
What do men do when they experience bullying, wherever it is, in the business place, and that attitude? You must see a lot of this. It must be one of the common things that you see.
Yeah.
What should they be doing?
I mean, listen, there's a bunch of things I can do. What I'm not going to say is man up, because that's essentially what the bully's doing, right?
Yeah,
Typical, I'm the bloke, but I've just sworn. Yeah, it's alright, man. So, I'm going to be the bloke. So here's, I can't address the bullies. I can only address the individual that is maybe getting bullied, alright? So I mean, it could be like stand up for yourself, learn a fucking martial art, but that's old school. That's obvious to me,
what
right?
I did. That's how I overcame.
Yeah, that's obvious. But for me, you got to understand that no one can make you feel a certain way. Because bullying's like only what you mean it to mean. Like somebody's saying something to me. Listen, I get people telling me to kill myself every day. Every day of the week, someone tells me I should have jumped off the cliff, shoot yourself in the head. Your kids are this, your wife's this, every day, right? And some people would say that's bullying, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's online, so it might be a little bit different, right? It's easy to delete and block them. Or I can be like, listen, they can make me feel bullied. Or I can be like, well, only I get to decide whether I'm being bullied or not. Do you know what I mean? Someone saying something to me could be classed as bullying. But if I point the finger at them for the way that I feel, look how many's pointing back at me, man.
Absolutely.
3.
And it's in the mind, isn't it?
Yeah,
Look, it's nothing to do physical.
Yeah.
It is in the mind.
Yeah. I mean, you can say, listen, I don't appreciate you talking shit about me. If you do it again, I'll pull your head off. But you don't have to say that.
Yeah, you can't say that because I'm wearing glasses,
I don't appreciate you. I don't appreciate what you're saying to me. I'd appreciate it if you could stop. But then again, I can't control what somebody else says or does. All I can control is I can control how I feel. I can control what I make that mean, right? So somebody saying something to me, it's always about them. It's never about me anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's always, people say things to me. I know that that's not about me. That's them trying to make themselves feel better because something that I've said has triggered them. So
what would you say to a bloke? He's at work. He's a man who's got a house, got a family, but he feels like a failure. He feels really, you know that.
Well, what's interesting, whenever somebody says the word feels like,
I
know that they're detached from the facts.
Yes. So what would you say? Someone's
well,
watching
look,
that now.
Look at the facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the facts. Feels like means I'm about it. Usually use an analogy as well,
Yeah.
which is pure work of fiction. So I'll be like, look at what you feel like. Listen, if you're feeling, it means you're trying.
Yeah.
I mean?
I love that.
I've failed more times than most people have even tried, Mush.
100%. I love it. I love it. Because if you're not trying, you don't fail.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Jim Rohn, great teacher, said, if you don't learn to love failure, you'll never truly be
So
successful.
is it really failing? How many times, you know what I mean? Is it really
of
failing?
course. You keep
know what I mean?
trying.
If something flops, if something doesn't work, if I get put on my arse in a fight,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why did that happen?
Yeah,
What, did I drop my hand?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? How did what happened there? Like John Kavanagh, who's Conor McGregor's coach, who I've been lucky enough to do a couple of seminars with. He's wrote a book called The Winner You Learn. You know what I mean? So I don't buy into the whole failure thing, but what you got to understand is that whenever I use feel like, I feel like this, I feel like that. Well, what are the facts? So even if it's like I feel like I'm being bullied, it's not a fact, is it?
Or feel like
What are
they're
the facts?
failure.
A man is using his mouth, forming shapes with his mouth. Things are like he's making a noise with his mouth, and I'm making it mean.
Yeah, I'm attached.
I'm being bullied. No, the guy's just saying shit.
Yeah.
He's saying words, and I'm making it feel like I'm bullied. I can walk away from that if I want. I can laugh at him. I can
Take it
I can
different
say, well,
perspective.
imagine how insecure somebody must be to say that shit about me.
Love it. Turn it back round.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Great stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Listen,
What else you need to know? What else you need?
what else? I mean, what can you say? Look, men in the business world, because bullying can come in all sorts of shapes and forms, and I know how it can affect a man. They can feel failure, whatever, and it can hinder their potential, because that's the biggest thing. Because you and I know we can achieve so much more. And
See, that's what I've got to
change.
decide, right, Trevor?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got to decide, is what he's saying more important, or is what I want more important?
I love it.
Like, you get a lot of people saying, I want to do this, but I'm scared of being criticised. I'm like, well, ask myself, is this opinion more important, or is putting clothes on my kids' fucking back important? What's the most important? I can't give a fuck about both things.
No, family number one.
You know.
Someone asked me that yesterday, that very question. What's the most important thing to you? And I said, listen, I can lose everything I've got. All the money. Family is number one.
I'll still be your mate if you lost everything, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Especially if you lost that moustache.
Paul Mort, book, website.
Unstartablebooks.com. If you want to read anything about me, head on over to paulmort.uk. And don't forget, Trevor, go on Apple Podcasts and search for Paul Mort Talks Shit.
It's called that. It's not an I, by the way. It is an asterisk.
It's an asterisk. Trevor don't like swearing.
Listen, God bless you. See you again. Thank you.
So.